Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining today's Ask a Project Manager session. I'm Veronica Lane, and today we're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us: deadlines. Deadlines can motivate us, they can overwhelm us, and sometimes they can do both at the same time. What actually makes the difference is how we think about time, about pressure, and about control. This session is about the psychology behind high performance and under pressure, and how to transform urgency into clarity, confidence, and momentum. Deadlines matter because they create urgency, and urgency is one of those most powerful motivators we have. But urgency can also become stress, and stress can easily turn into overwhelm. So the real question isn't whether deadlines help or hurt us, it's how we respond to them. There's a concept called Yerkes-Dodson's law that says performance increases with pressure, but only to a point. After that, our focus drops and our thinking narrows and our creativity disappears. Today, we're going to explore how to stay in the optimal performance zone, that sweet spot where pressure helps instead of harms. Let's talk about what's actually happening inside the brain during time pressure. Your prefrontal cortex is responsible for logic, planning, and problem solving. But under stress, the amygdala, your emotional center, can override it. That's when we go into fight, flight, or freeze. When that happens, we're no longer thinking clearly, we're reacting. Part of mastering deadlines is learning to recognize when the emotional brain has taken over and pausing long enough to bring the thinking brain back online. Have you ever felt like time speeds up when you're close to a deadline? It's real. It's called time compression. Our brains aren't naturally good at perceiving time accurately, especially under pressure. That's why we underestimate tasks, or we feel like we're sprinting even when we're on track. The solution is to externalize time, make time visible. Use progress bars or countdowns or visible timelines that anything that shifts time from something you feel to something that you can see. When time becomes visual, pressure becomes manageable. Now let's move into the strategies that help you shift from stress to strength when deadlines are tight. First, break the deadline into smaller, clear micro milestones. The smaller the task, the smaller the overwhelm. Second, control the controllables. When pressure rises, our brain jumps to everything we can't control. Redirect your focus to what you can influence in the next hour. And third, schedule pressure practice. Give yourself short time bursts on non-critical work. It helps you adjust to healthy urgency. And finally, use time anchors. Having clear start and stop rituals helps the brain settle into predictable rhythms even during heavy timelines. These strategies build mental clarity, emotional regulation, and confidence. Before we go deeper, let's do a quick pulse check. When you're under a tight deadline, what's your natural reaction? Do you thrive? Do you struggle? Or are you saying it depends? There's no right or wrong answer here. This is all about awareness. Knowing your default reaction gives you the insight you need to choose the right strategy. If you happen to be watching this with others, like your team, I'd like for you to take a few minutes to reflect and connect with them. In your groups, I want you to discuss three things. One, think of a time you delivered something important under pressure. Two, identify what helped you succeed. And 3, identify what got in your way. The goal here is simple. Just understand what your pressure patterns are. The more clarity you have about how you operate, the easier it becomes to replicate success and to avoid the things that derail you. Most of us have experienced moments where everything clicks. We're focused, intentional, and unstoppable. That's the flow state. Flow happens when the challenge in front of you matches your skill level and you have a clear goal that you can aim at. In flow, your distractions fade, time slows down, and your productivity goes up. To reach flow during deadlines, eliminate noise, define the next concrete step, and make sure the challenge is clear. Make sure it's not vague or overwhelming. One of the biggest myths in high performance is that some people are just naturally resilient. It's not true. Resilience is a skill that you build. It's not a personality trait that you're born with. You build resilience by reframing stress as a temporary fuel, by giving yourself recovery time after big pushes, and by practicing closure. Celebrate your completions, even the small ones. Your brain needs those signals to reset and recover so you can perform well under the next deadline. Before we close today, I want to give you a simple framework that you can use so that you can put everything into practice. The first one is to recognize. Notice your stress cues early. Reframe, shift from I'm overwhelmed to this is growth in motion. And reinforce your structure, your boundaries, and your micro breaks to keep your mindset steady. Your goal isn't to eliminate pressure, it's to master it. Thank you for joining today's session. Remember, deadlines don't define you, your response to them does. Pressure is not the enemy. Pressure is a teacher, it's a focusing tool, and sometimes a mirror that shows us our abilities, our habits, and our growth edges. Share today's insights with a colleague, invite someone to our next session, and continue building a mindset that transforms pressure into performance. Thank you, everyone.